name is Sonia. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, please, you're highly welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always tuning in and watching. In this channel, we talk a lot about real estate and financing. So in today's video, we will be talking about some major repairs that you could find whenever your inspection report comes out. So whenever these inspectors actually go out there and do an inspection in a house, sometimes they'll actually have to give you a report, right? So sometimes there's some major repairs that actually come out, or problems that will come up on the inspection report. So what are some of these major repairs that we could see on an inspection report? Without taking much of your time, let's dive in. So the first major repair you could have could be roofing issues. So when we talk about roofing, right, all of us know that to roof a house is very expensive, because you have to buy the material, you have to pay for workmanship or other things, right? And it doesn't matter where you are, you still have to know that roofing in general is expensive. So if you have an inspection report come up and says, hey, there's a problem with the roof, well, you have to start thinking, what is it gonna cost me? Because all these major repairs we are talking about is just simply what you're going to spend, your expenditure. They are large expenditures that you're going to incur. So are you ready to spend such huge amount of money to fix stuff in the house? So when we talk about the roof, what is it that could be a cost of you having to do these repairs? We could talk about stuff like missing or damaged shingles, water damage already in the house, deteriorated flashes, and improper installations, right? So stuff like that could cost you to do a whole repair. Even if you have to repair a portion of it or you have to do the whole house, it's still going to be costly, right? So take note, in case you're in the process of buying a house and something like that shows up on your appraisal, inspection, then you have to think twice. Ask the seller what they can do. Moreover, even if you don't want to talk to the seller, right, you first of all make this decision, like, am I ready to spend this kind of money in case I'm unable to negotiate and get a better deal with the seller? So keep that in mind. The number two thing is going to be plumbing problem. All of us know that, of course, every time, in fact, it doesn't matter whether you're in a house or where, you will always need water. So if the house is not having a nice plumbing system, well, there should be a problem, right? And some of the things that could come out under plumbing issues could be outdated plumbing systems. We could have faulty fixtures. We could have leaky pipes or inadequate water pressure. Of course, all those things you have to put into consideration if it comes up in an inspection report and tell you, hey, these are some of the things that are actually the problem with this house, right? You want to think about it and see if you want to spend that money, because I don't know how much it costs, but of course it's just not going to be you to fix one pipe, right? It might take a lot of money and professionalism to get it worked out. The number three item on the list is going to be your electrical system. That is very important. First of all, we don't want a faulty system, especially cables just sitting around, right, that you can easily see and touch. So you want to make sure if these things come on an inspection report, then you have to think if you want to fix this thing, because you might end up having to rewire the whole house. Are you sure you really want to do that? So make sure they are not overloaded circuits. If you see something like that, well, have another thought, okay? So number 4 is safety hazards. When we talk of safety hazards, we are actually talking about maybe exposed wiring, like I just talked about. Those are stuff like safety hazards, right? Stairs and decks that are unstable, all those type of things come into play as safety hazards. So if your stairs are not well fitted, they are not strong, they're not unstable, shaky, there's a lot of stuff that might happen. Maybe somebody can get injured if they fall down the staircase, or maybe on the deck, a broken leg, broken bone. It's gonna cost you not only money for the person that is sick, but money to repair those things in case, right? So you want to make sure that the house is actually safe and out of any safety issues in case something like that shows up on the report. So know that those are major expenditures that are going to cost you a lot of money. So you want to be better safe than sorry at the end of the day. Number five is going number five is going to be your HVAC. And your HVAC is simply the heating, ventilation, and air conditioner system. Take this very important, especially here where we are currently, because we have different seasons, right? And some of us have winter. Well, everybody has winter, but when I talk about winter, I mean snow. It's very cold, right? If your house is not well wired for heating and air conditioning and all that, we have summer, right? You don't want to suffocate in heat, neither do you want to freeze in the winter. So you want to make sure that house HVAC is well functional. You don't want any issues, okay? Because maybe it has some simple issues, inadequate heating or cooling. Like I said, nobody wants to freeze during the winter and go through extreme heat. These things can cause you sickness and all other things, okay? So just make sure you don't want to spend so much money if you're not ready. Remember, if you're not ready to go through that whole process after buying the house. The number six item on my list is going to be structural defects. And what are the structural defects? It could be stuff like uneven floor, your walls, and all those things. So make sure if your walls are not okay, this equally has something to do with maybe if your walls are peeling out, right? Because your heating and cooling might be affected. If your floors are not standing uneven, if your floors are not stable, so maybe you have to put your set of chairs. Somebody falls off because they didn't know that the floor is uneven and all those things. You don't want to redo the whole floor. You don't want to redo the walls of the house and all those things. Or your walls are even peeling off. It takes a lot of money to actually start doing the painting, because maybe you end up not only doing a particular area, you have to repaint the whole house. So take into consideration all those expenditures at every time you are actually going in to buy a home, okay? Whenever you receive this report. And the last thing is going to be the exterior. So exterior is just deterioration, improper installation of windows and all those things, right? Your sidings, your waterproofing and energy efficiency. So you don't want to spend money on the exterior as well if you know for a fact that those things are not functional. It is not at the pace in which you are able to live in. So before you finish the inspection, go through the remainder of the process to buy that house. Meet with your agent, discuss all these major repairs. Sometimes you could even ask for appropriate professionals to give you how much it's going to cost, right? And maybe that can give you guidance to what is the severity of the problems that come up. You can ask for quotes. You can maybe surely look for these people to come and take a look at all these things that we mentioned, and from there you can actually make a decision if you're ready, willing to take this house or you're going to negotiate, whatever you're going to do, first of all, make sure that you discuss these things, have a second thought, maybe look for someone else to think to give you some guidance, right? Professionals in different aspects are going to be the key people to go to so that they can actually give you the best of the best. Because sometimes they will tell you, hey, we can just fix this little place and it's gonna be all right, and this is gonna cost you, rather than we are going to fix the whole house, you know. So make sure you ask this question, and from there you can make an informed decision onto whether you're moving forward or not. At the end of the day, you're the one living in there, so you have the final say, whatever is going to happen. Okay, so thank you. This comes to the end of this video. Please do not forget to share, like, comment, and if you want me to talk about something in particular, leave your comments at the comment section. If you're interested in learning more about the home buying process, I do have a book. I'm going to be leaving the link at the description. As always, stay safe and healthy until next time. Thank you.